Hello everyone, today's topic is SR flip-flop. Before going to SR flip-flop, we are recalling the SR latch truth table. Now see, this is the SR latch truth table. SR latch truth table contains the values, input values are S and R, output is Q. When S equal to 0, R equal to 0, then the state is called as not used state. When S equal to 0, R equal to 1, then that is called as set state. When S is 1, R is 0, then that is reset state. When S is 1, R is 1, then that state is memory state. Now, coming to SR flip-flop, in the SR flip-flop we have SR latch. This is the SR latch. These two NAND gates are representing as SR latch. So SR latch means the cross-coupled outputs are called as SR latch, set and reset latch. So outputs are Q and Q bar. We are connecting with SR latch with two NAND gates with a clock pulse, then that is SR flip-flop. In the SR flip-flop, one input value is S, another input value is clock, and another NAND gate, the inputs are clock and R. These are the first input values for SR flip-flop. These output values are connected with SR latch. So here we are, SR latch is called as feedback or memory element. Now we are deriving SR flip-flop, truth table and characteristic equation and excitation equation also. Now this is the first NAND gate and it is second NAND gate. This dotted line indicates it is SR latch. SR flip-flop contains SR latch with extra two NAND gates. Then that is called as SR flip-flop. SR flip-flop means set or reset flip-flop. Now dotted line indicates SR latch and first NAND gate, second NAND gate connected with S and clock R, then that is called as SR flip-flop. Here the dotted line indicates the memory element, that means feedback element. So here the first NAND gate output is S into clock complement, S into clock complement. Second NAND gate output is R into clock complement, whole complement. Why? Because the expression for NAND gate is y equal to, y equal to 2 inputs A and B whole complement. This is the Boolean expression for NAND gate. That's why here I am writing first NAND gate inputs are S and clock. So the output value for this first NAND gate is S into clock complement, and the second NAND gate inputs are R and clock. So the output is R star into R into clock whole complement. So this is considered as S into, here I am considering S into clock complement, I am taking as S1. I am assuming it was S1, and R into clock complement, I am assuming that it is R1. Now the input values for latch value is S1 and latch values inputs are S1 and R1. By using latch, we can derive the input values. Truth table of SR latch. Now coming to first case. So first case is, I am taking first case value, case 1, S equal to 0, R equal to 0 and clock equal to 1. S equal to 0, R equal to 0 and clock is 1. Now find the S1 and R1 values. We have to find out S1 and R1 values. So S1 equal to S into clock whole complement. So S value is 0, clock value is 1, whole complement I am taking. So 0 into 1 is 0. So 0 complement is 1. Now the S1 value is 1. Next, same way R1 equal to R into clock complement. So 0 into 1 whole complement. For AND gate 0, 1, the output is 0. So 0 complement is 1. Now the latch input values are 1 and 1. Now the latch input values are 1. S1 is 1, R1 is 1. Now it is this latch input values is S1 and this one is R1. Now the input values of S is 1, R is 1. The latch input values when S is 1, R is 1. When S equal to 1, R equal to 1, this condition is called as memory condition. So no need to prove it here. Why? Because we already proved in the SR latch. So when S equal to 1, R equal to 1, when S equal to 1, R1 equal to 1, then the latch output is memory. Then the latch output is memory. Otherwise you can check it for latch values also. So see here, when S equal to 0, I am writing only one case. When S1 equal to 1, R1 equal to 1 I am taking. I am finding out Q and Q bar values. So when S is 1, R is 1, I am finding out Q and Q bar values. Here I am assuming that Q is 0 and Q bar is 1. So see here, first NAND gate, latch NAND gate, first value S is 1, Q bar is 0, sorry, Q bar R1 is 1, here R1 is 1, Q is 0. So the output for Q bar is any one output, the output will be 1. Same way I am taking this value here. So S is 1, R is 1, S1 is 1, here S1 is 1, R1 is 1, Q is 0. So here Q is 0. So our assumption is right. Okay, or else you can take Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. When S equal to 1, R equal to 1, Q bar is 0. When S value is 0, Q bar value is 0. In the NAND gate, any one input is 0, the output will be 1. So here Q bar value is 1. And same way I am transferring here 1 into 1, the output, the NAND gate of 1 into 1 NAND gate output is 0. So what I am taking the values, the previous values will be stored here. So this condition is called as memory condition. Second case, S equal to 0, R equal to 1, clock always be 1, and we have to find out S1 and R1. We have to find out S1 and R1. So S1 equal to S into clock whole complement. So S value is 0, clock is 1. For AND gate output 0, 1 is 0, and we are taking 0 complement is 1. Next one R1 is R into clock complement, R1 equal to R into clock complement. So here R value is 1, clock value is 1, we are taking the whole complement. So for AND gate outputs 1, 1, the output will be 1. If both are high, then the output will be high. In the AND gate, both the inputs are high, then the output will be high. So 1 complement equal to 0. Now the latch values are S1 is 1, S2 is, R1 is 0. Now observe the values, latch values 1, 0. Here 1 and 0 is there. This is the condition, 1, 0 condition. This condition is called as reset condition. So when S equal to 0, R equal to 1, then Q is 0. So this condition is called as reset condition. First one is memory condition. Second one is reset condition. Now coming to third case. Case 3. In the third case, when S equal to 1, R equal to 0, we have to find out S1 and R1. So S1 equal to S into clock whole complement. So S value is 1, clock is always 1, S is 1, clock is 1. So in the AND gate outputs 1 1. If both are high, the output will be high. So 1 complement I am taking here. So 1 complement is 0. Same way R1 equal to R into clock complement. So R value is 0, clock is 1, whole complement. In the AND gate 0 1, any one input is 0, then the output will be 0. So 0 complement equal to 1. So now the latch values are S1 equal to 0, R1 equal to 1. So this is called as set condition. In this set condition, Q is 1. Now see here, when S1 is 0, S1 value is 0, this is S1 value is 0, this is the S1 value, you can observe here, S1 value is 0 and R is 1, then Q will be 1. That is called as set condition. Now coming to fourth case. Fourth case, when S equal to 0, fourth case is when S equal to 1, R equal to 1, clock is 1, we have to find out S1 and R1. So S1 equal to S into clock complement. So S value is 1, clock is 1, so the output will be 1. So 1 complement is 0. R1 equal to R into clock complement. When R value is 1, clock value is 1, whole complement I am taking. So 1 into 1 is 1, 1. In the AND gate, if both are 1, then the output will be 1. So 1 complement is 0. Now the latch values are S1 is 0, R1 is 0. For S1 is 0, R1 is 0. This is called as not used state or invalid condition. It is not used or invalid condition. So all the 4 cases we derived here. Now we have to write the truth table. Now I completed all the 4 cases. So the truth table for SR flip-flop is, the truth table for SR flip-flop is, the inputs are S, R, Q and Q bar. So when S equal to 0, clock is 0. Irrespective of S and R values, the condition is called as memory. Whatever the previous value, that will be output value. When clock turns to 1, when S equal to 0, R equal to 0, see here first condition, when S is 0, R is 0, that condition is called as memory. So it is memory condition. When clock is 1, S is 0, R is 1. So here Q value is case 2. When S is 0, R is 1, Q is 0. So this condition is called as Q value is 0 and Q bar is 1. It is reset condition. When clock is 1, S is 1, R is 0. This is called as set condition. Q is 1, Q bar is 0. So this condition is called as set condition. When clock is 1, S is 1, R is 1. Fourth case, when S is 1, R is 1. This is called as invalid state. So this is the truth table for SR flip-flop. Now characteristic table and excitation table. In the characteristic table, we have to find out present state and next state values. So Qn is the present state value. I am indicating Qn is present state value. Qn plus 1 is next state. By using truth table, SR truth table, I am finding the present state and next state. You can see here. So first one, clock SR Qn plus 1. So Qn plus 1 is the next state. For Qn plus 1, the present state is Qn. So when clock is 0, irrespective of values, the condition is called as memory condition. Here memory is nothing but previous condition is the memory. So previous condition is Qn state. So here Qn state indicates memory. Next one, when clock turns to 1, S is 0, R is 0, then the condition is also called as memory condition. So memory is previous condition, previous state. So previous state is Qn state. It is now Qn is next state. Memory state is Qn. So Qn plus 1 is next state. Qn is memory state. So it is also called as memory. When clock is 1, S is 0, R is 1, then this condition is called as reset condition. So reset means 0. This is reset condition. When clock is 1, S is 1, R is 0. This is set condition. Qn is set condition. When clock is 1, S is 1, R is 1. It is not used state or invalid state. By using this truth table, I am finding the characteristic table. So characteristic table contains present state is Qn, next state is Qn plus 1. So present state is Qn. I am taking the input values present state, S and R. Now the output is Qn plus 1. So in the characteristic table, we are finding the Qn plus 1 value. Then the clock is always 1. For this condition, when clock is always 1. So the possible conditions for input values Qn, S and R is 2 power 3 states we have. So 2 power 3 equal to 8 possible conditions we are getting here. First state is 0, 0, 0. Second one is 0, 0, 1. Third one 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 0. 1, 0, 1. Next one is 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1. Now see here. Now we are checking the only Qn state value for these two values, input values of S and R. So for 0, 0, S, for SR latch, S value is 0, R value is 0. Then that condition is called as memory condition. Here memory is previous state means Qn is the memory state. Qn contains 0, so the memory is also 0. Same way, when S is 0, R is 1, then that condition is reset condition. So reset condition. Next, when S is 1, R is 0, that condition is called as set condition. Set means 1. When S equal to 1, R equal to 1, then that condition is called as invalid condition. Again we have to see, when S is 0, R is 0, then that condition is called as memory condition. Here the memory element is Qn, Qn is the memory element. Memory element is 1, so the output will be 1. When S is 0, R is 1, the output is reset condition. When S is 1, R is 0, the output is set condition. First one is reset condition, next one is set condition. When S equal to 1, R equal to 1, the output is invalid condition. This is the characteristic table for SR flip-flop. Okay, the use of characteristic table and excitation table means use is we are converting one flip-flop to another flip-flop. For that time, we are using this characteristic equation and characteristic table also. Now, by using this characteristic table, I am writing the excitation table. Now see here. Next one is excitation table. Carefully observe the excitation table. Now the inputs are, for excitation table, inputs are Qn, Qn plus 1 and outputs are S and R. These are the inputs and outputs of excitation table. Now when Qn is 0, both are 0, 0, 1, possible states I am writing here 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. Now observe the condition Qn is 0, Qn plus 1 is 0. So observe the characteristic table. This is the characteristic table. Okay. These two conditions Qn plus 1 is 0 and these two conditions Qn is 0. Okay, Qn is 0. These four conditions Qn is 0, but only Qn plus 1 is 0 in these two conditions. Now observe the S and R values. S is fixed value 0. For Qn is 0, Qn plus 1 is 0, S is 0, R is 0 to 1. That means we are indicating with don't care. So R is 0 or 1. So 0 or 1 we are indicating with don't care condition. Next condition is Qn is 0, Qn plus 1 is 1. Qn is 0, these two conditions Qn value is 0 and Qn plus 1 is 1, only this condition. Only this condition. This is the second case, this is the first case and this case is the second case. Second case only one condition is there. When Qn is 0, Qn plus 1 is 1, then at that time when S equal to 1, R is 0. When S is 0, S is 1, R is 0. Now coming to Qn is 1, Qn plus 1 is 0. So these four conditions Qn value is, and we have to check Qn plus 1 is also. So Qn plus 1 is 0. Only this condition contains Qn value is 1. Only this case we are taking. Only this condition Qn value is 1. Qn plus 1 is 0. So this is the third case. In the third case, S value is 0, R value is 1. In the third case, S is 0, R is 1. Now 1, 1. So these four condition Qn is 1, but only two cases Qn value is Qn plus 1 is 1. These two cases Qn plus 1 is 1. This is the fourth condition. Now observe the values. This is 1 and these two conditions I am checking here. So S value is changing from 0 to 1. So I am indicating with S value is don't care and R value is fixed value, that is 0. This is the characteristic table and excitation table. Now we have to find out characteristic equation and excitation equation. By using that equations, we can convert the one type of flip-flop to another type of flip-flop. So characteristic table I am writing here. Characteristic equation minimization I am writing here. So here my inputs are Qn, S, R. Output is Qn plus 1. So I am drawing 3 variable map. So it is Qn, S, R, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So Qn plus 1 is 1 when the value is 2. So 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 and 1, 0. When Qn is 1, second condition, so it is 1 here. Next one, Qn plus 1 is 1 when Qn is 1, S is 0, R is 0, that is 4. This case 1, 0, 0 case, it is 1. Next one is 1, 1, 0, Qn is 1, S is 1, R is 0. So 1, 1, 0, Qn is 1, that means that is 6. In the sixth case it is 1. Here don't care is also there. So I am writing the expression here. Qn plus 1 equal to sigma m of first value is 2, 4, 6 plus don't care of 3 and 7. 3 and 7. So I am indicating the don't care values, third value and seventh value. Here the don't care value, third and 7. So now Qn plus 1 equal to I am taking the group values. This is one quad and next one is another pair. So from first quad, the minimized value is common element is 1. 1 indicates S plus, and the pair common element is Qn into, and 0 is the common element here in the both two columns. 0 is the common element. 0 indicates R bar. So Qn plus 1 equal to S plus Qn into R bar is the characteristic equation for SR flip-flop. Now finding the excitation equation. S equal to sigma m of 1 plus don't care of 3. R equal to sigma m of 2 plus don't care of 0. So this K-map is for S 0 1. It indicates Qn. This is Qn and it is Qn plus 1 0 1. So first cell is 1 and don't care cell is 3. So here we are forming the pair. So S equal to 1 indicates Qn plus 1 and R is, for R map I am drawing here, 2 and don't care of 0. So pair is formed here. So R equal to Qn plus 1 complement. That is the excitation equation and characteristic equation. So characteristic equation is Qn plus 1 equal to S plus Qn into R complement. So excitation equation for S equal to Qn plus 1 and R is Qn plus 1 complement. So both the characteristic equation and excitation table we used in conversion of flip-flops, one type to another type. This is the representation of SR flip-flop. Thank you.